A small group of state senators are holding a hearing over whether South Carolina should follow the lead of other states and ban nearly all abortions. The bill banning almost all abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected around 6 weeks into pregnancy easily passed the South Carolina House earlier this year and is enthusiastically supported by Governor Henry McMaster. But some backers aren't sure it can get the 2/3 support likely needed to overcome the procedural hurdles in the Senate. Several states have passed similar bans, but court challenges are holding them up. The sale of state-owned utility Santee Cooper and an education overhaul bill are also awaiting action. The Robeson County Sheriff's Office is continuing to investigate a Maxton Pond where a vehicle was found submerged in the water. Divers have found and retrieved 3 bodies from the vehicle and as of now believe it was a traffic-related incident. The Highway Patrol, which was already on scene, has taken over. Officials are unsure how long the vehicle had been in the water and the identities of the victims have not been released. An arrest has been made in the shooting death of a South Carolina man exactly 7 years ago. 25-year-old Timothy Ramsey was killed September 10, 2012 in his Piedmont home. Yesterday, 32-year-old John Luther Cody Murphy was charged with voluntary manslaughter in the cold case. Now reports say Ramsey wasn't the intended target. The Anderson County Sheriff's Office says Murphy carried out a drive-by shooting at the Ramsey home to scare another person he believed was at the residence. Murphy's being held without bond and it's unclear if he has an attorney that could comment on his behalf. An arrest has been made in the death of a man that was reported missing just last week. 26-year-old Keon Leonardo Betty of New Bern has been charged with murder in the death of 22-year-old DeAndre Tashawn Searles. The Sheriff's Department says Searles was reported missing by his mother on September 2nd. Investigators found his body on Tuesday in a wooded area of the county. The 3 bodies found in a submerged Robeson Pond have been identified. Authorities identified the 3 as 24-year-old Anastasia Delane Locklear, 26-year-old Tiffany Danielle Goins, and 30-year-old Danielle Nicole Locklear. Robeson County Sheriff Bernice Wilkins estimates the crash happened sometime earlier this week. Animal control officials in North Carolina have reported that Eno, the elusive emu, has died. It was an ending no one wanted for the flightless bird who was on the run for months. In July, he was spotted jumping onto a car before fleeing again. Orange County Animal Services said that letting Eno roam wasn't viable because he could have been shot by hunters or caused an accident. No owner came forward, so the plan was to bring him to an animal sanctuary. They fed him grapes with sedatives, but Eno woke while being restrained and then collapsed and died. The Pittsboro police say one man is in custody after authorities responded to a call of an armed person at a credit union. Officers responded to a call of an armed individual inside a branch of the state employees credit union yesterday. The Pittsboro Police Chief Percy Crutchfield did not provide much details of the situation or the suspect's name, but said no one was injured. The Chatham County Sheriff's Office, the North Carolina Highway Patrol, and the FBI assisted in the response. Protesters were outside of the North Carolina General Assembly for most of yesterday after Wednesday's controversial Republican-led vote. Republicans had a measure on the docket to override Governor Roy Cooper's budget veto, but they didn't have enough votes. So they held what Democrats categorize as a surprise vote, while most Democratic lawmakers were busy honoring those killed in the September 11th terror attacks. The move left not enough Democrats to present the oppose for the veto override. Although legal, the Republican House Speaker avoided answering if it was ethical. The Democrats say that the Republicans lied, telling them no votes would happen until 1 p.m. Republicans, of course, are denying that accusation. The measure now moves on to the Senate. Authorities in North Carolina say they found 3 people dead inside a home while responding to a call of shots being fired. Burlington police officers entered a home yesterday afternoon where they found the bodies of 47-year-old Dana Underwood, 43-year-old Tyson Bennett, and 46-year-old Anthony Fitcher. Officers believe that the incident was isolated at the home and poses no threat to the community. No suspects have been named or definitive cause of the death for the victims. A 15-year-old boy drowned while trying to save his younger brother in what officials say is South Carolina's deadliest body of water. Saeed Thomas died Friday after attempting to save his 12-year-old brother in Lake Keowee while on a church camping trip near Keowee-Toxaway State Park. Thomas was reported to have noticed his brother struggling in the lake and pushed him back to shore, but went backward and under the water. His younger brother's condition wasn't immediately released. In the past 25 years, 32 people have died in Lake Keowee.